Hello, hello everyone. How's it going? Hope you all are doing great and you all are ready for this next Global Hack Week, Day 3 Data Week. It's going to be a very exciting week with plenty of events planned.
That's
So
great.
let's get started with the introductions.
Um, I don't
So
know who's first, Abdullah. Are you the first one to introduce here?
I am the first one to introduce. So
Excellent.
right here, hello everyone. My name is Abdullah. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. And a fun fact about me is I love Formula One races. I watch them every weekend, and I'm looking forward to the one that's going on in Austin, Texas, because that's the one that's going to be closest to me. And I'm hoping to go, but we'll see if that goes through.
Nice. That's super exciting. Um, Over here in Los Angeles, we have this race. I think it's an Indy 500 race. No, it's not Indy
Hmm.
500. It's a race in Long Beach.
In
It's
Long
really
Beach.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what kind of cars they race, but every time they have set up those tracks, it's really hard to get anywhere because you can't cross the street.
Mm.
But anyway, my name is Steven, everyone. Welcome, great to meet you. And I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. And yeah, I love to camp and hike around California. I just finished a really neat hike, which is up to the top of the mountain called Half Dome, which is this really round mountain in Northern California. I definitely recommend it for anyone who loves to hike and comes to visit. Um, but yeah, before we continue on, I wanted to just pose the question: how was day two? Abdullah, I know that you ran a workshop on geospatial data, and I was really excited to learn about that actually because that's one of my favorite topics. So how did that go?
That was pretty great. I think it was a lot of engagement. I think everybody else liked it a lot too, and it was very beginner friendly as well. So if you didn't have a ton of experience with Python or with just data visualization in general, I think it was a very good introduction to that. And again, all the videos are still up on the YouTube and the Twitch. So if you ever want to check them out, go for it.
That's great.
All right.
Yeah, I had a great day too as well. We had a little bit of our AI stream in using machine learning in data science, and that was really great to see all of you. To your point, Abdullah, a lot of our workshops are focused towards beginners or approachable for beginners. We don't
Yeah.
want anyone to feel like they can't come to the Global Hack Week workshops, even if a title seems really intimidating to you. Why not try and join? And you might be surprised at how much you can gain from it, even if you're a beginner to the topic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the more you try out, the more you learn. So even if it's a little bit challenging, I think it'll be great. Just a great experience in general. It's good to push yourself always.
Totally agree with that. All right.
So this is a little bit about what we did yesterday. So one of the events that we had was comparing web scraping and APIs with Noder, and that's we have a little demo over here of when that was going on. And if you all were there, make sure to put something in the chat. Shout out to Noder for that. That was a great stream.
That's right. And we also explored databases with Alberto. I know he ran a SQL workshop. So really, really fundamental core concept in computer science. And so great job, Alberto. And I hope that any of you who attended enjoyed that workshop.
Yeah, very useful for industry. And then, of course, we have the visualizing earthquake data sets with myself, where we just created this sort of a graphic and we were able to capture actually the most up-to-date data from the USGS website. So this is all like earthquakes that happened today. You can actually go ahead and check those out as well. So that was a really fun workshop to be leading.
Super cool. And we also had a database for movies workshop with the IMDb, Internet Movie Database, and using Linux scripts to really pull this information and analyze that. And so thank you to Adarsh and Ali for submitting their project, and actually to all of the folks who made a submission for this event. Um, Excellent work.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up, if you ever want to know what is happening today and you are lost, you can always go to ghw.mlh.io/schedule. And over there, you'll find the full schedule for the entire day, or for the entire week, rather. And that's the perfect place to go if you ever want to know what's going on. You have like an hour of free time. Just hop on there, see what's going on, get on a stream. Every single one of the streams are great. All the people who lead it are great. So definitely go check it out if you ever want to know what's happening. All right.
Totally. All right. And next, I'll introduce New Fall's presentation. But before that, I want to just acknowledge we have a member of Blahaj Gang in our midst here, Jack Biggin. Hi, Jack. Great to see you here. Yeah, anyway, New Fall will have a sequel part 2 workshop. So definitely join at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 p.m. IST for this excellent workshop series.
All right. Next up, we're going to have a Data Science 101 workshop with Isa on exploratory data analysis, which is analyzing data. This will be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and I hope to see you all there.
Totally. And also data analysis macros in MS Excel with Noder. This is something that I wish I knew about, but I actually don't know almost anything about macros. We actually use macros a lot at MLH, but yeah, I've never learned about it. So maybe I'll be attending this session along with you
Yeah,
all.
it'll definitely be a very useful session for just learning more about Excel in general.
For sure.
Next up from Will, we have the machine learning data track, part 3. I know he's had the part 1 and part 2 earlier. I know that everyone has loved those, this track. It's a very informative track. So again, make sure to tune in for part 3 to get the next amount of information in this track. All right.
That's right. And with David, we will have a data visualization app in React. So this is a great opportunity to learn some more React fundamental concepts and have some fun while you're doing it. So join David at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. IST for that workshop.
Yeah, absolutely. And next up, we're going to have a stream by Ritvi using different data visualization tools, part 1, in several part track. So you can make sure to join that at 1 a.m. Eastern or 10:30 a.m. IST.
And with Shreyasi, we have a Kaggle data playground. So for those of you who are wondering, what's Kaggle? This is a website where folks post data sets that are specifically curated for contests and other machine learning applications. So that should be really fun and some really interesting data sets on Kaggle. I'm sure Shreyasi has picked out some neat ones for you to try.
Definitely. So definitely tune into that at 7 a.m. Eastern. All right. Next, we will have part 4 in Stefan's course for using ML algorithms and data. That should be very interesting. You all should join that. All right. And that'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern.
Thanks. And so if I could just say one more thing about this, which is particularly in this workshop, since I'll be running that one, we're going to continue our transfer learning application. So we're learning a little bit about how pre-training on a really large model can apply to your specific case. And so, yeah, join to learn a little more about transfer learning.
All right, sounds very interesting. So that's about it for what we have planned up until the next Global Hack Week, or today in Global Hack Week. So that's all for then. If you have any questions, we have the answers. Just let us know what you got. If you have any questions, put it in the chat, or if you just want to talk, we're here to talk. All right.
Definitely. And yeah, while we wait for some questions to roll in, Abdullah, I just wanted to ask maybe, do you have a favorite moment from this past week? I know you've been doing some workshops and participating in some things, so I'm curious, did you have a favorite moment?
A favorite moment. It's hard to say. All the workshops are so great. Everyone's just doing such a good job. Like it's a phenomenal job with their streams. There's a lot of community engagement in joining them. Um, I'm gonna have to be biased and say, the stream that I did. But in terms of, I feel like the most interesting one would definitely be the machine learning tracks, just because that's the one where you can learn the most, and there's always more to learn, especially in something so cutting edge as like machine learning.
Absolutely agree. And yeah, I would have to say that my favorite moment has been probably the first Today in Global Hack Week stream that I did, which was one of our earlier ones,
Hmm.
because it was really great to just see so much excitement for the week ahead, and everybody sort of joining for those first ones was a really great experience to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so it looks like we have some questions coming up on the chat. Um, Someone asked, how do we know for different swags we can get on any upcoming challenges? Um, I'm not 100% sure what is meant by challenges. We do have like hackathons that happen occasionally, and then if you attend those hackathons, you do get the swag shipped to your house. But those are hackathons which are separate from the Global Hack Weeks. Stephanie,
Yeah.
anything else on that?
Yes, I know that in previous Global Hack Weeks, likely in this one too, we will have some opportunities for swag drops. So, yeah, just keep an eye out, keep an eye posted for anything like that. Because we do tend to have from time to time a swag drop. And, of course, the best way to qualify for those sorts of things is to just be participating in workshops and checking in and, yeah. I will also say one more thing about this, which is that we used to have a system called the guild system for Global Hack Week, where folks could sign up to be members of a guild and compete to get points that way and earn points. And we're actually in the process of transitioning to a different system. So just keep your ears and eyes peeled, and that's the best way to get swag from MLH, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Um,
Another question. Yeah, just some great feedback for us. Thank you.
yeah.
And is creating a to-do app for CRUD project a nice idea? Absolutely. In fact, essentially, last month in July Global Hack Week, that's exactly what my workshop stream was. I was creating a to-do app with CRUD implementation. So if you are interested in that, I think your best bet might be to watch some of our recorded workshop series. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. And again, all the workshops are already up on the YouTube and still on the Twitch. So just put in a search and you should be able to find it. Um,
that's right.
okay. Next is any session for React developers. We do have one coming up where I believe it was right here with David, creating a data visualization app with React Part 1. So definitely feel free to join this. It's related to data and it's in React, so it's not. There's a lot of Python going on just because Python's the easiest language to use when crunching numbers and data. But over here, we're going to be creating data visualization with David. So definitely join that at 10 p.m. Eastern or 7:30 a.m. IST. All right.
Right. I definitely recommend that because React is a super, super useful thing to know. And so it's a great skill to expose yourself to at Global Hack Week. And the next question I wanted to mention is where do we get the challenges for the swag? And actually, there is a really simple answer to that one. It's ghw.mlh.io/challenges. So here you can complete your daily challenges, weekly challenges, earn those points, and get higher opportunities for swag drops.
Yeah. All right. And then we just have some good feedback going on.
Absolutely. Indigo Wizard, I've seen you in many Global Hack Weeks past, so it's great to see members of our community sticking around. Yeah, welcome,
Yeah,
welcome.
absolutely. Indigo Wizard is an active Global Hack Weeks user. All right. Next is, where do we get challenges? We've done this. And can you suggest for a beginner to stand out to the crowd? So how does a beginner stand out from the crowd? Honestly, just work on your own projects, right? If you compare yourself to other people, I've noticed that there's always going to be like someone in middle school that's just a crack developer that can do anything better than you. So comparing yourself to somebody else is never the way to go about it. Again, everyone's on their own journey, everyone's on their own path. Just work your hardest, try your hardest. Again, attend these global hack weeks. These are a great source of knowledge and just to build projects and things of that sort. So just build as many projects as you can. The more projects you build, the better you learn. And then you'll start standing out eventually just from having all that experience under your belt. Stephen, anything else?
I think you did a great job of covering that. I don't really have many other things to say other than, when you are a beginner, it can be a little overwhelming sometimes. So I would actually focus on comparing your progress. Like you said, you can't compare it to that cracked developer who's just super amazing. Compare it to how you were the day before. The day before, what did you not know about that you know about today? And you can think, wow, I progressed a lot, right? So that's my trick, my suggestion to all of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great advice. Thank you for that, Stephen.
No problem. All right, and yep. So some of these other ones, it looks like we've answered. Although, let's see, how to know which machine learning algorithm to adapt in order to implement for a project app. So I would definitely recommend for questions like this, I would join the stream and ask the streamer. You could ask Will or ask me when we're in our machine learning workshop series. That would be a great way to add to the conversation in those workshops. Because these kinds of questions are things that we can really answer best with hands-on examples. So thank you for that question, Tintin, and I highly recommend you check out Will's stream later today and pose the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Next question. All right, I guess this is specific for us. What is your favorite part about being a streamer? My favorite part is just being able to teach other people what I know, right? Just share the knowledge. And it's great seeing other people like with code that works, projects that run. It's just that feeling that you get when you get something to run. And then if you're able to multiply that and get other people to also have that same experience, I think that's great.
Yeah,
Stephen, what about for you?
I couldn't agree more. And also having that opportunity to all of us link together on the virtual space from all around the world. I mean, one of my favorite questions to ask at the beginning of the stream is, what time zone are you logging on from today? We get people from all over the world, and it's something that, even just 10, 20 years ago would have been kind of rare to find a community like this, which we can all connect around the world. So I'm super grateful for that opportunity. And anyway, so now I think just to answer some of these other questions about ML projects, how to know which ML best matches the functional and unfunctional use cases and observational scenarios for a project app. And there's another related question about ML projects. And I think the best resources to ask are our streamers who are focused on those ML projects. And we have two upcoming streams in machine learning, and they're available on the schedule. I'll post the link to the schedule. So this is a great place to find these project ideas and maybe get yourself started, get that idea, that creative spark, those juices flowing by going through a tutorial from Global Hack Week.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually, all the global hack weeks are like Stephen said, very beginner friendly. So you can always just build up on the project that you've already built at that stream. So if you've made a project, for example, on just earthquake data visualization, you can always expand that and throw in like a machine learning layer to it, right? So that you can predict sort of when the next earthquake or where the next earthquake might occur as well, right? So again, usually just use these as like a boilerplate, and then you can always expand more on the project later on. And it also helps you understand the code better. It helps you understand what's going on. So that's always great. Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Oh, there's a question about the day 3 challenges. There's a challenge sticker database? How should I submit my database? So there's actually a place called DevPost, which if you click on the link there, it'll send you to that DevPost website. And over there, you can create an account. You can upload your code, your information, screenshots. You can write an explanation. Just put in whatever materials you have from the workshop. And once you submit that, that'll serve as a record and a proof that you completed that challenge. So that would be my recommendation to you, and actually to anyone who's trying to submit a challenge. So I'll post the link one more time to the challenges page, just in case anybody needs that.
All right. Perfect. Thank you for that, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
We did have a question on what's meant by raffle, but Indigo Wizard did a really good job answering that question. Yeah, you are just being picked out of a list. So think of it like as a name being pulled out of a hat. That's all that a raffle is. Yep. And it's just luck of the draw for getting that extra swag. Okay.
All right, I think that's all the questions. Although I do see, Tintin, you have a few questions about ML, and I would definitely, I'm just going to hold off to answer those until the ML stream. I think that'll be the best place to get you a good answer on those, and really have the time to dive into those ideas.
Yeah, perfect. And again, we will be hanging out here for a few more minutes. So if you all have any other questions, just feel free to drop them out in the chat. And yeah, other than that, we will see you at the next stream.
Absolutely, and thank you for the feedback. I will over there. I really appreciate you, and thanks for joining for that series. All right. Well, I think that concludes our Today in Global Hack Week Day 3. We'll see you later. See you around in the community. And if you have further questions, don't forget our Discord. It's a great place to go.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.